Hey everybody, welcome to Nerfcast. This is Josh.
And Chris.
And
dang, I wasn't sure if you were going to say my name if I was saying it, so a little slow on the uptake there.
Well, everybody, Jangular, thank you for being on the podcast, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's I've been watching the podcast for 2 years plus. It's a nice little thing to have and watch while working on stuff.
Nice. I'm glad that you enjoy, man.
You've been a podcast for 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's rough.
You're like the last survivor.
Yeah. So we got a ton of stuff.
Yeah, there's a metric ton actually.
Yeah. Like, dang, way to go, Hasbro. Or I guess not Hasbro. They didn't really leak any news.
Way to go, Robert. SBNC.
SBNC and Baidu and all of those lovely places that always kind of drop little nuggets for us.
Yeah, everything close to the factories.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for being around.
Before we do news and delve into just shooting the crap, family friendly. Just jibber jabbering. We'd like to ask every guest what is their Nerf origin story. So if you could tell us how you got into Nerf, even go from your childhood to then your adult Nerf life, and then your goals for yourself during your time back in Nerf.
Sure. So like a lot of people, I had Nerf as a kid. My favorite blaster actually, boom, secret shot. Thing is awesome. Made me fall in love with Nerf. Then I think like a lot of people, I kind of just stopped playing with Nerf, got other stuff. And then about 3 years ago, I had a friend talk to me about Nerf stuff, and we got into it. I got a Recon and an Alpha Trooper. And that was kind of just, the beginning of the end. You start going out to games, met you guys, and just kind of fell back in love with Nerf, and it's just such an awesome hobby. About it for origin. For goals, I really like seeing the growth of the hobby and seeing it kind of spread. So I really love making videos, and if the videos I make can entertain people, then awesome, because it's a lot of fun to do. But yeah, just seeing the growth of the hobby.
Good stuff. I like it.
It's a fantastic segue into our first topic.
Yes.
Speaking of growing the hobby, 2 episodes ago, was it the last episode?
Last
episode, we had another guest, creator of Thunderdome.
Yes.
And fine chap, and doing big things for the hobby. And everyone probably already knows this, but we owe a round of applause to Thunderdome because Thunderdome has been funded. Woo!
Yes, funded, and they hit their stretch goal too.
I know, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Dang.
someone must be having Drac at their house this summer or something.
Right? Oh, yeah, that was awesome. I was really worried there for a little bit, and then I think the Nerf community, awesome job for sort of reining it in and really pushing hard for those last week or so.
Yeah. Good job, community. Good job not being deadbeats.
Yeah, I think a lot of people with Kickstarter, they wait till the absolute end, just to see where it's at, how much should I donate. And Rob, he put up like a bunch of his personal stuff and like Thunderdome relics, as he called them, and whatnot, to kind of get things over. And clearly it was, a big help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember getting the email because we had already donated before, just of all the extra stuff that now you could get, all the new incentives and things. So great idea on his part. And yeah, we're just really happy to see it actually get through.
Yes, I'm stoked to see the movie. I think it should be awesome, and just have it touring around the campuses and hopefully creating more communities.
That's exactly like when we start talking to us and saying that's what he wanted to do. It's like, oh, that's exactly sort of the target audience that we are always looking for, sort of for our hobby. Like, yeah. Kids are great. Kids are gonna more than likely already be into Nerf. Like, hopefully we can have something that keeps their attention in the hobby as they continue to get older and bring people in who are already older. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that.
All right, so I think that's our one public service announcement. Now we can move on to literally breaking on the drive back to my house after lunch news. Broken by Rob. I know Rob from SBNC, Southern Brisbane Nurse Club. I saw his post. He gave someone else credit. So whoever he gave credit to, I think his name was Jeff. But wrong. Good job breaking the news to Rob. Rob, thanks for breaking it to everybody else. And we have the official / not official announcement of Nerf Doomlands 2069. Is that correct?
2169.
2169. 2069 would be. So,
Cody Helms.
Cody Helms.
I was just gonna say yes. Hats off to you.
Yeah, I don't have my normal stuff.
It looks like a futuristic Western cyber themed line, and I would like to get Jangular's first initial thoughts of his excitement for the line.
I think it's going to be a fun line. It's something I know most of us in the Bay Area have really enjoyed, the hammer shot and the revolver style kind of blasters. So I get the feeling we're going to see more of that, hopefully in different shells, because we like the Sweet Revenge, we like the Wild Shot. So yeah, I assume we're going to see some more of that and possibly some lever style, maybe not sling fire, but similar to sling fire, but hopefully better style stuff.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. It was described as a cyber western by Rob.
Yep.
And Zook over at Bazookified, over at Tactical Tag, they were, I know, talking about this, saying it looks like they're going to do a cyber western, and then bam, announcement came through today. So that was awesome. I know this one was stoked because he loves all that western.
I'm a big
cyber.
I like Borderlands. I know Borderlands isn't totally always western, but there are some western levels.
Yeah.
It's got a vibe to it.
Yeah, like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm down. So 100 and something years in our phone future, we run into Doomlands. Dun, dun, dun.
I like the whole concept behind it.
Yeah.
It takes me back to sort of when I was a kid and everything was in the future, you're going to have crazy things. Yep. Every line was
Cyber series.
I was about to say the Cyber Strike series, yeah.
We know the future is for Brave Star.
Wow.
Yeah, that just happens.
Alienate 90% of our
whatever. If you don't know about Brave Star, kids, get your butts on the YouTube and do that quick search after you're done listening to the podcast. Brave Star will change your life.
There you go.
Oh, it's funny because Rob put up Trigun, and I'm like, oh yeah, Trigun. Everybody, it's actually a dated reference. Crap, Trigun is actually really old now.
It makes me feel so old.
It really does. I'm like, the kids are into the Triguns. They'll understand. No, if it's not Naruto or some One Pieces, they don't know what's going on.
I think the closest is probably Sword Art Online, and that doesn't have a Western feel at all. But that's probably the closest.
Yeah. Ugh.
Brave Star, baby.
Firefly. People still complain about Firefly, right? There we go.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure the steampunk community will be very happy.
Yes.
These are going to be awesome props, I imagine.
Now, on a Firefly note, there is a Firefly LARP in San Francisco.
I've heard about it.
That's a blaster LARP. And it's one that I've wanted to get to. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of these blasters showing up there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And then our first offering from that was what, the Vagabond?
Yeah, which I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but I am not a fan of the way it looks.
Right now,
it looks clunky.
It does. A little clunky. I want to see how, do the darts really fire through the exposed chamber and then out through the front?
Yeah.
If I can cut the front off, then I'll be good.
You can cut the front off. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, if I can just remove the whole front part, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm looking at it on this screen over here. It's.
Yeah, I don't have my normal, so I can't screen share, but
I actually could screen share.
It's so far away.
I know.
I can't reach it.
Man, that requires effort.
Right? What about if I do this? Bam!
Boom. There you go.
Cheapy screen share. That's super. It's like trying to get a torrent of a movie the day that it hits theaters.
I love how
God. Shaky
we
cam.
have a high-tech video YouTube creator on the podcast. We're using the most low-tech setup.
Yeah, we gotta try to do some switching out of Google Plus if we're not gonna. So we switched so that hopefully we could have people interact with us, and we never have these on public blast when we do them because they're so sporadic. Like we don't have a regular schedule like we originally thought. So, we'll keep it in the repertoire for when people can come and write comments and interact. But we're gonna try to hopefully switch this up to something that doesn't lag and give us some better quality soon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I was talking to you about it. Skype is just such an awesome platform.
Yeah, we're likely gonna try doing that and then just get a little bit nicer.
No choppy audio, no delay.
Yeah, it's rough. We tried using this to stream, and it was not happening.
So we have any release on Doomlands? Do you have any idea? Is it fall? Is it Christmas?
2165, bro. 2165.
Yeah. It's a super early leak.
Super from the future.
Our great grandchildren might be playing with these blasters.
Baidu controls the future.
I do not believe at this time we have any. I don't even know if there's like a full confirmation from Nerf or anything. It was just a.
Well, there should be, because isn't one of the blogs is over with Nerf this weekend, right? I think
Blaster Labs, yeah. Maybe that'll be one of the questions.
No.
No. It's just no.
That's not going to get past Nerf PR.
It's true.
Likely true.
They're going to want to talk about the Sling Fire still, and
Yeah.
Here we go. You even got the logo. Bam.
There you go.
That's actually not the official logo. That is a mock-up based on the really tiny official logo that SB&C did. So it's a little bit cleaner. Looks nice.
Ooh, we could paint one green and silver. It could be Doom's real blaster.
Oh!
Dr. Doomlands.
What if you make it the Doominator?
Oh.
The Dr. Doominator.
Oh.
I like that.
Fox, please don't sue us. I know you have the rights to that, and Marvel doesn't. They're really mad. Please don't.
Oh. Anyways, that was what broke about 30, 40 minutes ago.
It was like 3 hours ago, but
Hey, they don't know when we're filming this.
Like 40 minutes, 3 hours? Who knows?
Doesn't matter because it's going to drop on Wednesday. It looks like 3 days.
Stop it out, Captain Corrector.
Please.
Then also what got leaked over the weekend, or earlier this week, was the Rebel Fearless Fire. Mr. Ular, what are your thoughts?
I think I said this on Reddit. I love the shape of a lot of the Rebel blasters and the shells and everything. I really like the stock on this one, but I'm personally not a fan of the fixed drum style blasters for primaries.
Breaking my heart.
I know they can be nice for like topping off and stuff, but I don't know. I like the clip fed stuff. That's just personal preference.
I agree with that. I prefer clip fed personally. I can understand the appeal of front loaders or drums.
Right.
But yeah, I mean personally, I would run. I like having front loaders as secondaries.
All know that feds is the gods, and everything else is for the noobs. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm happy we have a flywheel front-loading primary that isn't 10 shots.
That's a good point.
Or the Tommy 20.
Yeah.
No one runs the Tommy 20. I don't know about Tommy 20. So stop talking about old stuff. I can't bring yellow long shots anymore either, because Mitchell stopped showing up to games.
Right, hey, Mitch, get out to games.
Right? Yeah, so, seriously, don't talk about stuff nobody's running. Nobody's running that. It's not a primary because nobody runs it. Anyways, I'm actually I'm excited for it. I like painting Rebel blasters. I think they paint so much nicer than everything else. So much easier. So I think it'll be good for cosplayers too. I think it's a really sick looking cosplay.
What I like, as opposed to Tommy 20, if I remember this correctly, and I haven't seen it. I mean, I see Tommy 20s all the time at like Goodwill, but I never even pick them up.
Is it the Freddy 40?
No, that's actually a different blaster. There's a different blaster. I like the handle in the front. And I brought something up to Mr. B.F.U. on the drive here that we had, and I couldn't find anything in the description to confirm or deny this. But what would be awesome if it, because right now I feel like a lot of people are like, it's cool. Like, right? They're sort of where we are, Jangular. They're not as stoked as this one. What if it was full auto?
If it was full auto, that'd be a game changer.
Right? Full on Tommy gun, just da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. If they can get as well, people were talking about the kind of sloppy rotation mechs for the drums that are built in, like the stockade and the barricade and whatnot. If they can clean that up, that'll make it nicer. But yeah, if they can get full auto on that, I'm sure someone, if not, will make it happen with a mod.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get full auto on that, then we'll talk.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. I would be really excited. Like, I'm excited for it. I just probably won't run it.
You don't run the full auto blaster that's out now.
I didn't say I would run it either. Hold on. I wouldn't run it now. I wouldn't run it if it was full auto, but I think a lot of other people would run it if it was full auto.
People would run anything full auto.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my point.
It's gonna be a fun blaster.
No, people would run the Rhino Fire if it wasn't $100 to run it. If it was a $30 blaster, you'd probably see a lot more on field.
Yeah, but it'd be unrealistic at $30.
I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
Even at 50, you might see a lot more on field than you do now. We see
When I
zero.
thrift one for $10, then I'll be running the Rhino Fire.
Exactly.
If it is fully auto, it would be cool. I think it'll be cool at semi because you can probably get it pretty fast.
I know where you can get a Rhino Fire for cheapums. Right here at Barn, baby. We are raffling one off at the next game.
Are you really?
Are you guys?
Yep, Rhino Fire going up for a raffle. Right?
Well, guess I'll throw down some tickets. Why not?
That's so sad.
The Rhino Fire made me sad because it was one set of flywheels.
Yeah.
We got screwed.
That was a bad for us at least.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we got. Oh well, so that's coming out. I think that's going to be good for cosplay.
So actually, back on the
back on the Rhino Fire.
No, on the
Fearless Fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So something that I noticed, and this is just something Rob, because on Rob's article it said like the Rebel primary we've been waiting for, like as if we didn't have a Rebel
Is it the
primary.
one we deserve?
I don't know. No, sorry. He put. I don't know. I'll read his post right now. The missing Rebel primary, like we've been waiting for it for a long time. All right. I'll give you that. It's obviously, seems like it's supposed to be a primary, but didn't we have the Rapid Red? Isn't that a Strife? Isn't that
one of the sweetest looking blasters?
So here's the thing. I think the Rapid Red got pigeonholed into non-primary.
Why?
Because they would think people think primary. Generally, they think bigger blaster, and you can make the Strife bigger. Put a stock on it, put a fake barrel on it, and make it primary size.
Yes.
That is not possible with the Rapid Red.
It's weird because a lot of the Strifes that I see run are just Strifes.
I know.
So I'm like, and it's actually, I think it's a little bit bigger than a Strife, isn't it?
No, about 10 cents.
I thought it was a little bit larger.
Chunkier on the middle.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Same.
It's more than a Strife with half the options.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why you would get a Strife above it if you want to add things to it. 100%.
Actually, if I was going to run a Strife with just the Strife,
I would
run the Rapid Red.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the battery sit in the front.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like a lot of the Rapid Red. I can understand why you would take one over the other, but I'm just saying, if you are going all Rebel and you're looking at this like, oh, Rebel needs a primary, they had one.
The battery sit in the back. Either way, I like the pop-out tray.
Yeah.
I like
two couple things before I forget on the Fearless Fire. I keep wanting to call it a Fury Fire. The Fearless Fire, if I could take the stock off of it and put it on the Rapid Red, that'd be awesome because that would be a sweet looking blaster.
Yes.
And two, I think the Fearless Fire will probably see more play at HVZ events than anywhere else. Because being able to run and reload.
Yeah,
that's solid.
So what I was saying to Josh was, I think it's the blaster for someone that wants the flywheels, but doesn't want to carry 25 clips on them.
Right.
5 or 6 or whatever. So actually someone more like me, I don't mind running the flywheels, and I carry my clips on my blaster, because I don't like carrying them on my person. So someone like me, I might run that just because I don't like carrying I don't like carrying a lot of clips.
Or if you're not willing to make the investment in buying, $10 mags,
Or that.
you can just buy darts, put them in a pouch on your belt,
Yeah.
and you're good to go all night while you
Exactly.
on
Run
these.
super lightweight.
I just got to figure out how to make that stock longer because I know it's going to be too small.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. You are right. With that sort of primary system, you don't have to worry about, I swapped mags. Where am I going to put it? I need a place to put empty mags. It's a very cheap and economical system to run that you can still be pretty effective at.
Yeah, so. I mean, I'm sure it'll take all the normal mods that flywheels take. So, plus, decide to paint it, it's gonna look sick, and Rebel blasters are great blasters to paint for beginners.
Yeah,
there are a few blasters that look great as monocolor.
Yeah, you could do a lot with it because it doesn't have built-in lines,
right? Which
look nice when you paint them, but at the same time,
they are painting the butt.
They are painting the butt, but I mean, you can extrapolate and just create on it because it's a blank canvas, right? So
they're great for doing shading and highlighting and fades and whatnot, just because the lines are the arches, they're so smooth that doing the grading on it just makes so much sense that things can really pop and look nice on them.
Oh yeah, they come out usually pretty clean.
Yeah,
they're nice, and they almost always have the shell that breaks away from the handle and stuff, so you ain't gotta tape it. I love that.
Yeah, they always break down in every base part you need separately. Love it. So that's coming out. So we got 2 middles and a thumbs up on that.
Yeah, it's got a blue.
It's got a blue drum, but it's got a pink trigger.
Right.
I got half screwed. Love the blue one. I love the Rebel blue.
It's a nice blue.
The zombie stripe green.
And then we have trepidation on the Doomlands blaster, the Vagabond. We didn't get Josh's take on it.
Oh yeah, we should back up and kind of here. Oh, I was gonna ghetto screen share this.
There we go.
The Fury.
Man, that is a sexy looking blaster.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. I like that little front vertical grip.
Yeah,
it looks good.
I like it's angled.
It is angled, and then the back looks just like the
Guardian
crossbow. Guardian crossbow.
So what's probably going to happen is if there's not too much electronics in there, the back half's going to get shaved, and I'll extend it with the Guardian parts.
Oh, there you go.
That could work.
Take that buttstock, slice it off if it's not housing anything, and then use the Guardian to rebuild the buttstock out for it.
That'd be cool. Extended buttstock.
Yeah,
Tommy 20.
So that's coming out.
So Vagabond.
Also, too, you technically could run 2, 1 in each hand.
You could.
That's a good point.
That is 40 rounds of blasting, unadulterated foam fury.
That's something I think that doesn't get done enough at games. I think people get stuck into the mindset that if I'm going to run these 2 things, I always have to have these 2 blasters in my hands. No, you just run them for the opening flurry, then you drop the second one and just run with one and reload that.
Exactly. I don't understand why people are but then how do I reload it? I need slings.
Jangular, you can only do that now if you're on the table side. You can no longer do that on the other side.
Oh. You can.
You can, but you put your stuff at risk.
Yeah. That's the big at your own risk,
It's like that whenever you leave anything anywhere on a field. Somebody could step on it, you drop a mag, that's just, someone can take your stuff by accident.
You can only do it on the table side. I don't want Nerf to get canceled.
Hey, there were a lot of people on field, and I'm like, listen, if we can't make sure that it's secure and stuff isn't going to go missing, I don't want to put my stuff at risk. I don't want to tell other people to put their stuff at risk. So if you continue playing, I'm going to take all my stuff and go, which includes all the Nerfs.
Oh, Jesus.
Wasn't bad. I'm like, I don't want to feel responsible for other people's stuff because the one time we did have something go missing, I did replace it.
You did. You're a sweet man.
And it was not one blaster. It was many different things put together in one blaster.
It was.
So.
So we also have.
Oh, we're talking about Vagabond.
Yeah. What do you?
Back up. What? Everybody's opinions on the Vagabond?
Yeah, he is not optimistic.
We didn't talk about it a whole lot. Yeah, you didn't like it looked kind of not unwieldy.
I'm a very aesthetics-based person. I like things to look pretty, look nice, look clean, which a lot of the cyber Western line probably won't, and that's okay because it's a design choice,
Right.
and it's meant to look that way. But yeah,
I wanted to talk about some of the intricacies of it. Like, people are theorizing that it's going to shoot megas and regular elites because it looks like there's some big holes and some little holes in the front of the blaster.
I don't see that happening.
You don't see that happening?
No, I don't see a switch on it. How do you choose which one you're shooting?
Maybe it just rotates and every other one is a different thing.
I think it's just you load in whichever dart type you want if it's going to function this way, and it's not a switch or anything. It's just the air goes through.
It doesn't look big enough.
Like a smart AR system.
Right, but it doesn't look big enough in the loading slot. It doesn't look big enough to hold megas.
Look at the back.
Maybe not.
Like,
How would the air get to them? I can see there's one big hole in the front.
If it's not going into the standard elite darts, it just moves up to the megas. I don't know.
Right. Look at the back of the barrel. Like, you've got the huge, long, rotating barrel. On the back, it's like elite size, so you can put your elite darts in there. Then you've got the bigger opening, which I'm guessing if you don't put an elite in, you can put the mega, and it'll go to the front or a little bit into the elite loading slot. That way, no air will be lost when it rotates. It'll just shoot through where the elite dart would have been and straight to the mega dart. Now, I don't know if it'll work, but that's my guess on how it would work if they're doing it.
Maybe.
I'm going to try to bring a picture up to show our puzzle.
Maybe.
Work.
I just don't see it being able to do. Maybe.
So it's hard to see, and this picture is not going to help. One day we'll have real screen sharing back when I'm at home. But if you look, there's like
big giant hole.
There's like a big giant barrel, and there's smaller barrels or holes. Is at least what it looks like.
I think the smaller holes are just for aesthetics.
Oh, you got to come out of that big giant hole.
I guess so. I don't know, but I was just throwing it out there that's what people have been theorizing. It has been said.
I think those holes are either fake for aesthetics. I think that's a possibility. We'll see. Hopefully, I can cut the front end off of it and just use it the way without the extra part.
I agree with you. I feel like if it's a gimmick to shoot both types of darts, it's gonna fall flat.
Yeah.
I think that having dual dart functionality could be great on a blaster. This just doesn't look like a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
The other thing is it's a two-handed operation for a low capacity.
It is pretty
that that never bodes well for a blaster, aka the rough cut.
Right. But depending on how it goes and fires, this could be great to do.
Could
I
be.
love me some rough cut.
I know you love you some rough cut. I love me some rough cut too. Just, rough cut loving is a special kind of loving.
So I love the rough cut. What I hate about it is that the gears match strip.
Yeah.
I have seen experienced players strip their gears. Like, so it's not just
been lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, functionality aside though, it's just not it's big enough, it's too big to be a secondary.
No.
A two-handed operation.
Right.
And then it's not high enough capacity to be a primary.
Yes.
Good for a scout.
Yeah, exactly. You have to take up the role to play it as a primary. If you're using it as a secondary, you need to like sling it and have it on in a very specific way so you can just drop and like fire.
Yeah. I like that. I love the rough. I love me some rough cut.
I do love the rough cut.
It's definitely a niche blaster. That said, I know the craze has passed, but part of me still really wants a Master Keyed Strife because I haven't had one, and they just look awesome.
Yeah, they do. Really good. This could be the new Master Key. You never know.
That's actually, because it's the under prime, that could be it.
Yeah. Could happen. And I mean, we don't know. It looks like it's just front loading, so you just Master Key, blam, 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 you're good.
Might be onto something.
Could be the new Master Key. You don't know.
I do not know. But, I'm interested to see more on it, and, of course, more blasters in the line. I'm excited that Nerf is just bringing out more stuff.
Yep.
New line or not.
There's a lot coming out this year, it seems like.
Now there is, yeah.
Yeah, it was looking sparse, and then now it just seems like we have all sorts of craziness going on.
I'm still going to be due for that Rebel crossbow.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
The spinning one?
The one that's like the crossbow, but under prime.
Yeah.
That I'm juiced for. a little couple more. I mean, I know it's a front loader, but it's like everything I wanted the crossbow to be because I hate the priming on the cross. I hate the top priming.
Me too. It could have been such a good blaster. Well, it could have been such a nice and fun and niche blaster, but instead it's just almost unusable. There were a couple other things that Rob was just breaking all sorts of news.
Dude's on fire.
Which one now? Who? Oh, yeah. Here we go. So there's Vagabond. There's this other blaster. Doesn't have a name, but it's basically looks like two fire strikes, kind of, sort of. You put them together. You can unclip them from each other, and you can fire. I'll see if I get some
gimmickry.
It is very gimmicky. But
I know.
I expect there to be gimmicky blasters as well as blasters that are effective for people like us.
They're capitalizing by taking one of the most popular blasters ever. And if it could be good as one, it could be 4 times better.
I'm totally okay with this blaster, though. It's totally a gimmick. It's totally goofy. But as long as it performs, it'll be fun.
As long as someone doesn't say it's better than a hammer shot, we'll be fine.
Yeah, you know. So there we go. It's really hard to see stuff on here because
yes.
But it actually has 4 dart, just 4 barrels because it's 2 sides that come apart. I don't know. That looks cool.
Oh, it's like He-Man's sword.
Yes.
As a kid, a toy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
2 pieces.
Yep.
Combined with Faker's sword.
Yep. I got you. I'm down. This looks interesting. I'm sure it's probably going to be unwieldy, and I'm looking at it, and the handle, when you break it apart, has got to be super uncomfortable. But whatever. It's cool. I want to see it.
More tomfoolery.
Yeah.
It might not be as bad on the ends because if you're holding them, the bony part is going to be outside against your fingers, which isn't as bad as against your palm.
Right. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it very well could be. Very well could be. And that was not a whole lot for that blaster.
No.
Kind of like just a fire. It's not quite a fire strike either, because it looks like it has 2 on each, so it might be more like a fire strike, but with a double shot.
Fire strike times 4.
Sure.
4 strikes for the price of 1.
You can tell how much B.F.U does not like this blaster.
But I don't even. Nah, you can look at
I didn't like the fire strike, so I don't understand why people love this thing.
No, love is a strong word.
No, people love the fire strike.
Oh.
The fire strike is beloved, very beloved on the internet.
Yeah, I've never seen the cause to run one.
I'm gonna make a fire strike rifle.
Yeah.
And get my back out.
It's just the same thing as the Night Finder. Yeah, the same theory.
I love the Night Finder.
Yeah,
People.
Sorry,
I came in too late to Nerf. I understand. At one point in time, those were really powerful and they're awesome.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I don't.
So, while we're on the topic of new lines or things that are developing, I had a thought. Whenever something new comes out or something that's been done as a mod and then gets released, I think the Triad Strike was the biggest one to me for this. The Triad Strike came out, and a month earlier or a month later, the Messenger was announced, and people were like, "Oh, Hasbro just taking the modders stuff and turning it." And it frustrates me when I see that because R&D takes a long time for blasters. It's not like they can just go, "Oh, hey, here's this thing. Let's just throw that into a shell that we'll just whip on up and we're good." No, it takes, I assume, minimum a year for a blaster. Likely multiples of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can answer that question for you.
What?
People are stupid.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Oh.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because I thought the same thing. Really? There's no way that their turnaround time is that.
Exactly.
Yes, but the amazing world of stupidity, you can just magically make stuff out of cheesy puffs and rainbows.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
A good job of responding, right? Like, because they saw problems with the Strife, with the dart sensor in it.
Right.
Changed the design, like midway through production.
And I'm not trying to like bash mods or anything. Like, I love seeing like the innovative, cool mods like that. Just I don't like seeing the assumption that Hasbro isn't working hard on developing things or trying new things. It's not everything's gonna be the next Rapid Strike,
Right.
There's got to be room for goofy and for failures, and it's a process.
Yep, gotta have your Centurion somewhere.
Well, like we said, it's still a business, right? So they still got to make money. And we are not the target audience. So they could bring out nothing but Rapid Strike clones, and I'm sure there are some people on the internet that would be happy. But Nerf would just go out of business. Like, Hasbro would stop giving them money.
But Josh, the Rapid Strikes is the bestest ever.
Exactly. But
All with Z's.
But people, like, kids ain't going to buy it. Parents aren't going to buy those for their kids. Like, oh, let me get you 5 of the same blaster. No, that's not gonna happen. It might happen sometimes, but kids, it's gonna be boring, right? Kids will look at things that are gimmicky and do something cool, and they want to feel awesome and do that.
True, but you do know Nerf is all reshelled stripes, right?
Well, I mean, that is also true. The Tommy 20. Tommy 20 is a reshelled stripe too. What the hell?
They're all reshelled stripes. Now, everything is a reshelled stripe.
Yeah.
Your car, my truck, reshelled stripes.
The original Alpha Trooper reshelled strife.
It's a reshelled stripe.
God.
Which is just the modded barricade off a person's mod.
Oh, there you go. Way to steal everything, Hasbro.
God, Hasbro, have an original thought.
Yeah.
Why did you steal the stripe from the barricade of the person that made it usable with the clip fed system? You didn't even know what you were doing, Hasbro. Just faces.
Maybe it's just me, but personally, I don't mind taking a system that works and putting it in a different shell for variety's sake. I like seeing different things than 20 stripes at a game.
Right. I like seeing the Rapid Red, or
You ran that?
Yeah, I've seen Rapid Red run.
What?
Yeah, last year.
I remember that.
Yeah. But I mean, I would like to see more just weird Stripe-esque things. Like,
Yeah.
I will, if I can get some IMRs, I will be running the ECS, which, by the way, is for raffle next game.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's talk about the Cam ECS for a minute.
Yeah.
Because this thing gets so much hate. And to be fair, it deserves it.
Well-earned hate.
It deserves, but the thing looks so nice.
Does.
I bought it. It's my favorite looking blaster from
Has
the
it shown
current.
up to a game yet?
What's that?
Has it shown up to a game yet?
Not at a burn game. I ran it at one of the meetup games, and the thing jammed like crazy. The trigger pull is atrocious. It's. I mean, you run it because it looks nice, and ergonomically, it feels really nice.
Well, it's weird. So I've run into a couple now that have had better trigger pulls, because the first one I got, really bad trigger pull.
Okay.
Same like yours. So we were talking about it. We were like, dude, it's like really crappy. But I've run into some that are good. So I don't know if it's just like a quality control thing, if it was a first run.
You guys run into any good cameras in them? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You pay $7.99 extra for the phone mount for the iPhone.
Bam! No, they don't even have a mount for the iPhone 6 yet.
Yeah, I thought the new one was for the iPhone 6. It's a Rebel mount, though.
I don't think it's $6. I think it's like 15.
That is like 15. But you get them on clearance at Target because they have the same DPCI as the old one. Because Target is like...
They're good like that.
Yep.
No, I want to get my cam completely reworked on the inside, because if I can get it working like, the Falcon Blaster Tech kit I bought for my Strife, which was just beast mode of the last game, I would probably fall in love. I'd probably fall in love with the Cam ECS. Just it's sweet feeling. If I can get it to just shoot smooth and shoot really good, it'd be a sweet blaster.
And that's going to be my thing, because originally I was going to mod a Strife. So the thing is, I don't like with the Strife, and I don't know why, like with the Strife and the Rapid Strike, I'm not a huge fan of the rev up trigger. It's in a great spot. Don't get it wrong. I just don't like that since I can't have my finger on the rev up trigger, or else it's revving all the time. I'm basically holding on with like these two fingers and a thumb. So like this is how I'm holding a blaster, right? It bugs me because I don't feel like I have that good grip that I have with everything else. For some reason, it's more comfortable on the ECS because I've been messing around with it in my house. I can basically wrap that finger around, and I can't get like a super tight grip, but I can hold it without hitting the flywheel trigger. It's like a little bit different shape or size or something. So, and I like the feel. I think the stock is the right length. I mean, it sucks a little bit that it's not adjustable for, other people, but it fits my size perfect. I love it. I love it. I want to rewire one with some IMRs or something crazy in it.
I want to see what can be done with that screen as well. Like I look at it like if you got somebody that can set up coding or whatever is needed, but you can put a timer on there for like our King of the Hill game, so oh, how much time do I have left? Oh, that's how much time I got left.
For somebody that's moderating, that God, that would be so helpful. So I was like, I'm gonna take my phone and look at it and set an alarm. Oh, that'd be so nice.
You know what you should put inside of it? A camera.
I don't even want a camera in there. I want to gut it and put a flashlight in there.
That's what I was saying. I would love a flashlight.
Link it to the hand button on the bottom
that's
hand card. You just boom, right there. So good.
Yeah.
Now you have like a $300 blaster. It's fantastic.
It would be $300.
Yes, he's got to hire the guy from MIT to hook up his screen.
Oh, you're doing screen, yes. I just meant the flashlight. I'm like, why is it $300
flashlight on there? Then you got to wire it to the button.
All right. Don't even pretend like you haven't spent loads of money.
Load
blasters.
Hold on. But I always start cheap.
We all do.
My most expensive blaster's got to be my Straven. And that's got $10 motors in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Straven's probably the most.
All right, I guess it's fair.
How are you figuring that Straven is most expensive?
Because it's a Raven, which is $35.
Yep.
Plus the Strife, which is $20.
Okay.
Plus what I had to give Mitchell to do it for me.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? And then, I mean, the motors are cheap. And they're held together by electrical tape, going on 3 years now. 3 years, kids. Solder these. It don't even make sense. No, it doesn't. Neither do $10 motors.
How much is a big warning?
Hey. Less than I paid for that.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think my Straven is my most expensive blaster, but guess what? It works.
Yes.
And I have lots of doodads on it.
Doodad.
You let me run it at one of the last burn games.
Huh?
You let me run it one of the last burn games. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great blaster. Those motors are awesome. I don't think D&J sells them anymore, and I'm afraid.
They surprised me.
I am afraid to open that blaster because
whatever magic is holding it together, the spell is going to be broken.
Bobo and I were having a conversation about those motors, and I'm like, dude, they shoot 100 FPS with regular batteries. He's like, that's not possible. I'm like, I'm telling you. And stock wiring. He's like, no. He's like, you need to open that thing up. I'm like, I don't want to open it up. I'll chrono test it, but I only get like an extra 20 feet a second with IMRs in it.
Oh, see?
Yeah, one day kill that wiring though.
Yeah. Oh man, the electrical tape is fantastic. I looked at one of my other blasters. I wired the one of my other strikes I did, like the second stripe I did. I'm like, man, it's a lot of electrical tape.
I don't know
how these things work.
I don't know what foam gods he prays to, but he's got like this crazy. I just put it together and it works. But if he gives the blaster to someone else to use for a day,
no, just Sean.
It's not
just
working.
Sean, because he worked it.
It'll jam up. Like he makes them perfect for himself. It's like he's got a little fingerprint ID, and it's like whoever shall be worthy of this blaster if their name is B.F.U. I don't.
Chris James used it just fine at the last game.
The Straven?
Yeah, the Straven.
That's the one blaster that I. Oh no, wait, that's right. Yeah,
no,
Sean did break it.
Sean broke it when it was the Strife.
Yes. Yeah. God, I don't even know.
He's like, this thing didn't work, and he handed it to me. I'm like, oh, did you check the batteries?
He's like, they're the same batteries. I literally didn't take them out. I gave them back to you. Well, that's like, I jammed his rampage.
You did.
I put it on the table. I left. Like an hour later, I'm like, oh hey, somebody took. How did they take my magazine out? And you, Jangular was like, oh yeah, I saw the mag in there, so I took it out for you. Like, but it was, I don't.
There was nothing wrong with it. It primed and unprimed. I was like,
Josh's rampage hate has caused.
Oh,
At least he's turned the corner now a little bit.
that was possibly one of the angriest times I've seen you. Was just like the hate fuming out of you at B.F.U for getting you to run a rampage.
3. I had 3 rampages down on me in the same day. That's why. I was like, he talked a good game. All 3 messed up. Mine was the only one that I'm like, okay, mine broke. I'm gonna get cut some slack because I know why mine broke. I knew it was going to. I just wanted to try running a different forward grip because I was cheap and I was waiting for the other one to come in. And B.F.U graciously picked a Dorm Labs grip up for me. Haven't had a problem with that blaster yet.
That's true.
But he loaned me his other ones. He's like, oh, well, since your grip broke, here, try this one. Play, jam.
You jam the silver one.
Play,
the silver one's never jammed. And you still managed to jam the silver one.
I don't know.
You and Sean.
Mine works fine, though. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
And now I've moved out to Retaliator.
Yours looks sweet. That is one of the nicest looking rampages.
Thank you. I'll do we're putting a video up. We actually got footage while we were sort of modding it. Modding. Script a couple of things, and I'm gonna get something together for it after it's been built. I'm contemplating putting LEDs in. I just really don't want to open it back up.
Nope.
And since we play during the day, I feel like you're not gonna see anything with the LEDs.
Don't do it. Don't open it back up. It's magical now.
I know, right?
Don't break the spell.
That's gonna be it.
If you re-break the seal, the spell will be dispelled.
That explains so much because I had problems the first time I ever got an Orange Mod Works kit. Put it in my original Alpha Trooper. Realized I forgot something. I don't even remember why I took it back apart. It broke that day. See, that's the magic. Once it's together,
the blaster's working. Have you've never seen me reopen a blaster, do you?
Yeah, after
once they're working.
They'll have working blasters, but if he opens them up, that means it's getting scrapped, working or not.
Yep.
He opens it up. He's like, I need to take these out of here. And then there's just parts on the floor, and I'm like, oh, it was working. Why'd you do that? I wanted to put this and this other thing.
That happened. I was going to reopen up the yellow stripe, but I decided to let it ride.
All right. It's like the purple people eater.
B.F.U really is the mad scientist to burn. He just loves chopping stuff up.
Yeah, lots of mad, not enough science.
Yes. He's like...
way too much mad, not enough scientists.
Like, no. Mitchell is the mad scientist. You're like the chop shop in GTA. Like...
I'm the dude from Borderlands.
Yes!
Catch a ride! I'm the hillbilly guy. Catch a ride? Oh my god. There's another thing we were supposed to talk about before we got circle tracked.
Was it the Vagabond?
No, we're done with the Vagabond. Until we know more information, we're done with the Vagabond.
I'm sorry, not the Vagabond. You're right.
The Roto Fury
that was one
now has updated internal pics.
Yes. The whole video.
So there's the Lawbringer.
That's what I was going to say.
But no one knows what it is.
But it sounds like
it's going to bring the law?
There's a Judge Dredd's gun.
I know.
Okay.
That's the lawgiver, right?
Yeah.
So his gives the law. This one will bring the law. Which one will fight the law? Which one won't?
Well, maybe we'll have a lawbreaker. And then...
No, that's the description of a lot of people that play Bird.
What about a lawmaker? Don't have any of those at Bird. That's for sure.
Those at Bird. Although technically, I guess you and Sean could be the lawmakers.
No. Nope.
Roto Fury.
Speculate. No, we got 0 things. Like it could be.
Because if I speculate, it's going to start and end with a hammer priming rifle. Okay, that's all I can think when I think Lawbringer. I know there's not enough time for R&D, but I hope someone had the idea for the V rifle before Landgraves had it, and it's been in the works. Okay, I want a Nerf V rifle, and I want one bad. I don't care how impractical it is. I will run the crap out of it.
And he's going to call it V Marshall Lawbreaker. Give her. No? Not going to be Marshall?
No.
That face. No. Well.
Have you seen the V rifle?
The Landgraves one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sweet looking.
That thing is sexy.
That is the coolest looking mod I think I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't just try to throw money at him to buy it.
I don't have enough money to throw at him. His prices start in like the 4s and 500s. I like Nerf. I don't like Nerf that much.
Yeah.
I would rather go through a bunch of my blasters and try to replicate the process.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Although, Farmer John does do good body work.
That's
All right.
true. Conversations to have.
Anyways, so I think the Lawbringer is going to be some kind of pistol.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to say,
pistol.
I don't know why, but
Maybe it's a green hammer shot, and I would just be so happy.
don't get your own hopes up.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I could see it being a pistol. I feel like it's either going to be a pistol or like a lever action rifle type.
Yeah.
Like one of those two. It could go full on shotgun, but I don't see it.
I don't think
I'm
they're
going
going
to take it. I'm going to take it a step further. I think it'll be a missile launcher. The Law. Just get a big missile.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
Will it launch Demolisher rockets?
I assume so. I mean, that seems to be the standard they're going with now, with the Thunder Blast coming out.
Yes.
Will they make bigger rockets that still fit in those older blasters is the other question.
Older blasters.
Demolisher. Oh, and then the Thunder Blast isn't out yet, but I already consider it old.
Wow. Old news. That done. Blast. Don't care.
The Thunder Blast is like the PT Cruiser of Nerf blasters.
But here's
You've
the thing.
seen the design before, you just don't know where, and you literally don't care.
No, here's why the Thunder Blast is going to be interesting. Wanted Demolisher? Make it Demolisher. Just underbarrel it. You can make anything fire a Demolisher rocket almost.
Yeah, I guess.
That's kind of cool.
It is.
You know.
But it's, I don't know. Feels like it should be part of like a two for kit.
You know.
It's not, but sure. The price is $20.
I know.
If it was $10, maybe.
Yeah. Then it'd be like, oh,
Like
it's
it was part of a kit. Like the Strife, like awesome rocket kit or something.
I wish that they had made it so that you could put it on tack rails. Then it would be flipping awesome.
Then it'd be different, but they didn't.
I know.
Instead, they made it for people that play with shields. And since we don't play with shields, I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
You implement a shield rule, I might care.
I think if it were that sort of thing, I would be running a Demolisher for sure. Because you just have it right there.
I might run just that if you ran shields. Just so I could be the guy that busted people's shield. I'd be the shield troll.
You can. I mean, you can certainly do it. I just personally would still like to have.
Unless you let thrown objects break shields, then I would just do that.
Very possible too. I don't know. I don't know how I would ever run shields. I just feel like they would break our game way too easily with the way we have hallways and things. Like you could pop around corners with a shield and just.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And shields suck.
It depends on the gameplay and where you're playing. Where and how have a lot to do with.
I think they can be balanced, but yeah, it definitely has to be worked into it.
Exactly. You have to come up with rules for it. You have to have, like I've said this before, but a lot of rules are location based.
Yep.
What is this location going to allow you to do?
Yeah, we're playing the field.
Right. No. See? Yeah, you know. Could be
We're
good.
playing the field. I really playing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, look,
It's gonna feel
if you're having fun and everybody's having fun, you're nerfing right.
fun, it's fun.
Or what was the other thing? Sorry, Roto Fury.
Your Roto Fury internals. Jangular.
I didn't look in depth at them, mostly because I think I might be the only person in existence that isn't excited for this blaster.
What do I do?
The other one.
Josh, are you not excited as well, or?
He's never excited. He's mildly
I know that our buddy Arjan Blaster,
executive producer.
Jangle McJangleson. Jangle McJangles. I don't remember anymore.
Jangle McJangleson works too.
But he just likes it because it looks like the shotgun. Terry Crews is running in Expendables. He's like,
Nothing wrong with that.
and I know a lot of people are excited for it. I'm not unexcited for it. I'm just not like, oh my god, this is the best one. I'm going to change my game because it's coming out. Like,
I don't think anything they could come out with at this point could change Nerf dramatically for us.
oh yeah, they could bring out a blaster and call it the Alpha Trooper. and have it $20 and sell it at Targets. I think a lot of people though.
I don't think it would change though. I don't like the Rapid Strike fundamentally changed how the game was played for us.
You know what would fundamentally change the game?
Kimball's bow?
Hasbro releasing a blaster that performs like Kimball's bow.
Yes.
Yeah, that could change the game. We're not going to do that. That's not going to work.
Sure. Hey, the Rivals line could change a lot of stuff.
I'm calling it now. I'm going to go out on a limb. This guy needs to go out on a limb. I understand why he doesn't go out on a limb. I'm going out on a limb. The Rivals line ain't changing.
I don't foresee it changing a ton of stuff. That does not mean that it could.
Yes.
I don't know if it will fundamentally change.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
With the balls, then maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's just a game preference thing.
Okay.
No.
If people make ricochets count with the balls, maybe. Listen, if they fire, I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see enough people adopting the ecosystem.
Yeah.
It'd have to be so much better than what we have now with knockoff darts.
Correct.
That I just don't see it outperforming those enough to where people adopt the ecosystem. Think about it.
Fair enough.
Can it outperform a modest strike with FPJs?
Fair enough.
Even if you mod it,
Listen, I don't think that's gonna happen either.
that would be the fact.
How about you, Mr. Jangular?
I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm in the minority here. I'm hopeful for it, which is probably a mistake.
Mm.
But I mean, if it performs, great. If not, they tried. At least they're trying something.
See, here's the thing that I mentioned. I was wondering if Hasbro was just trying to get out patents on other ammo types so that
Before
Rivals won't.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they're calling it Rivals, but I mean, like, their rivals like Buzzbee and Boomco. Like, obviously, Buzzbee has some other kind of darts that are Nerf-esque. But Boomco, obviously, people were really liking it because it's a little bit more accurate. They like the ammo, but it's expensive right now.
I retract my previous statement. It could change the game if it performs as good as a modded blaster that we use now, or a little under. If someone's willing to invest in it, only because you can probably carry way more of those clips.
Very possible.
Because they seem to be a lot smaller, right, from the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
You could carry a sick amount of ammo on you like a bag. Because they're tubes. So I could see you running them like you run Zing arrows in a bag.
Aren't the rifle-esque ones, though, not tubes?
I thought they were tubes you load in. Like you load them sideways.
I thought they were more squarish and you put them in the blaster, but I don't know.
I thought they were
There's squares.
No, I thought they're squares for those. The tubes are in the little pistols, right?
And I think it's the same.
They're the same. They're the same clip. Yeah.
Oh, well.
If I remember correctly, it looks like they're going to be a little bit longer than a Nerf like dart clip, but you can probably stack two of them and equal about one clip.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe probably a little bit wider as well, but
I'm trying to find a picture.
Like the kid putting it in, right?
Yeah.
Wow. The context.
Yeah, like that thing. That's like the
No, not that one. The one. See the one that's behind it, right over there. Oh.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a circle too. You're putting them in horizontal instead of vertical.
Oh, I thought it was thick this way. I thought it goes in and it.
Like the same thing.
Huh. I don't like that. I will go on record to say I really dislike that. The way that the rifle-esque or the bigger blaster looks like you put it horizontally. That looks terrible to me. I don't like it on the Rampage when it's just straight in. This one you have to kind of come in at an angle, it looks like, and slap it in. That's really awkward.
I gotta see how. I mean, how
it's not even like top down like a what's that?
P90.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to see how easy it is to do that.
But the ones that slide into the handle, I think that's awesome. That's super awesome. Love it. It's like a real sort of firearm. You can just sort of bam and go.
Well, the same was like the Zing arrows. You could carry like them in a pouch,
right? Because
they're fairly circular. Or I mean, we were talking about it with Vortex. The belt for Vortex was cool because you could just carry a lot on that belt.
I really did like Vortex. I still do
just
like
because
Vortex.
of the design of the clip. It's easier to carry more on you.
Yes, I think Vortex had some other issues.
Yeah,
that is the reason.
Sure,
but the ammo type was accurate. You could spam a lot of it. I think that they just needed to make more big clips or mags for it.
Yeah.
And but I liked how they were a little bit smaller, easier to carry around you.
Yeah, it's easier to carry. So,
but the ammo was slow. I think that's really what a lot of people were turned off from. I don't think that people used it the way that it was intended. I think that it was intended for all of like people like me that work in an IT department and they want to have a Nerf war.
Right.
Like in an office, it's close quarters, so it doesn't have to be ammo that's that high velocity, and it can bounce off of cubes and hit each other.
Right.
I think that was their first foray into more adult like blasters that didn't really do well. And then they try. I feel like Mega was also kind of trying to hit that more. Oh, it's bigger kids.
Well, bigger and redder always sells more.
Bigger and redder always sells more. I'll keep that in mind.
That's actually one of the concerns, the big one with the slowing down of the Vortex discs, is one of the same concerns that people have been voicing about Rival. I mean, regardless of how the magazines function, if they'll be easy to put in and pull out of the Zeus, if the balls slow down significantly at 50 feet, then people just aren't going to want to run them at larger size games.
Yeah, I feel like they're designed for arena combat.
Yes. I agree with that.
I mean, even arena size combat, you're still going to hit 40 feet, 50 feet.
Right.
If you're not close.
If you have say you're playing in like a gym and you've got the inflatable obstacles, you going station to station, you're probably not shooting more than 30 feet station to station, right? Because you're like a paintball arena, like one of the smaller ones. Like you're going from spot to spot, and they might perform better in that environment than because we have a lot of open air, lobs in our game, so it gives us a different, more like when you're fighting in the corridor, like when you're coming out of the school side respawn and you're in that corridor with those corners. Something like Rival could be really good in there. Vortex was really good fighting it. I've done those corners with Vortex.
Oh yeah,
they're good. They back people up really far because when you start bouncing stuff off the walls, they just suck in the open air.
Yeah, and I mean, like a lot of alternative ammo systems, they are good if you have one person or two people in your team running them as like a supplemental ammo type.
Yep.
Like Vortex is great for that. You can create a wall of discs and people can rush in, and the other people are going to move because they've got a bunch of discs flying at them. But you can supplement it like foam and disc together as a really lethal combo.
Yeah, I know when Novacon shows up with their Boom Nitron next game, I'm sure that will be a interest. I'm sure that people will be willing to cover them so they can take out the bridge.
Oh yeah, that's going to be
that's a bridge destroyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you could take it with it and then keep it with it.
For sure. Oh, for sure. I like the ricochet aspect of Vortex.
They just need protection. It's a heavy gunner. It's built for heavy weapon system. You're going to need scout protection. You need someone to spot for you. And
there we go. We got that.
Oh, man. Right here. But the Berserker, the Roto Fury, I find one interesting aspect. Him and I were talking about it on the way to the podcast.
Yeah. You had a good idea.
Is recalibrating. Is that a real thing? Recalibrate. Anyways, changing the caliber so it rotates 1 mega, 1 normal size, 1 mega, 1 normal size, and you go around like that.
Huh.
See, I did the same thing. Like, because people usually either do one or the other, either the Rocket Megas,
right,
or they do the caliber.
You're just gonna have to know where you're at based on what you're shooting. But if you know, even if it's a drum, right? So I'm assuming it's like all the other drums. If I wanted to, I could manually advance it and choose. Right? You think about that, and you're like, because it performs like the Cyclone Shock does. When you bring it down, then you're good. You don't even got to mess with the spring. All you got to do is make sure you seal the damn thing up, and you're good to go. Yeah, like that thing shoots like straight. Just I don't want to say that. It shoots very nice shots when you bring the caliber down on a rope. There you go. And that's with like a ghetto style, like we did it with some duct tape and some PEX tubing. I'm sure if you got silly with it and filled the whole barrel up and the whole chamber up, you can make it shoot real sick. That's an easy mod for people to do too.
That's true.
That'd be really interesting to see.
It would be.
Yeah, because then you have 10 different shots. We've never really had something that does that.
Correct. And I think at games like Nobicon, who they use megas to bust shields,
Right.
That's kind of huge.
I can look at it. What I looked at it is for bridge. When you're on the bridge and you're trying to get people like that are trying to run across, like people get into that dodge mode, where they know what the ammo is going to do. When you switch it up with a mega dart, it's like a whole different thing.
Oh, okay. So that's why you have a unique experience that you've learned from in order to sort of because you're like, oh yeah, Paul just always hits me with an orange dart.
Screw you. I walked into that. Screw you.
Yes.
Screw you.
That was for you, Paul.
Screw Foamy Potter.
Oh, it was like set up and spike.
Guy's got to have like a birthmark of an orange dart just on his butt or something. Ah, Lingy.
Oh, it's so good.
Once again. Oh, you know, I didn't ask you about any of the podcasts, or in Jangular. You can weigh in. I'd like to get your opinions first. What about the silly string / dart blasters? How you feeling about those, buddy?
Oh, jeez. They'll sell maybe to kids.
Burn legal? Come on! Don't put a stick in the mud.
No, the problem with silly string at a burn game is then cleaning it up.
Doesn't it like biodegrade?
I don't know.
Not by the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here's the other problem with those. Aside from silly string, you can also put water in somehow.
That's true.
Right, and I'm not going to allow people to start squirt gunning at our games because, like, I have to carry my phone so that I can do time. And if you screw up my phone, I'm going to screw you up.
Or you screw up someone's blaster, electrical.
If I screw up your phone, they'll get an upgrade.
Yeah, I don't care if you do it. That's different. You have an insurance policy. But I mean, yeah, like I don't want that sort of stuff going down. That just seems like a bad idea. We can talk to people because we usually, we make decisions like that sort of as a group, see what people think. I don't think.
Oh, silly string.
Silly string.
I'm just thinking going up on the bridge, jumping over the rail, and silly string.
So on the plus side, silly string, you can tell if you hit someone.
Yep.
Definitely.
There will be no debates.
No, you missed. Really? That was already there.
Really on your shirt, just chilling, huh?
You just didn't wipe it off.
It's game one.
Yeah.
Like we just blew the whistle.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, plus the effective range is usually like 5 feet. For the silly string part. I know it's a dual purpose blaster, so it probably has.
Silly strings and Mavericks.
Oh, that's like slappers only in GoldenEye.
Oh, man. Man.
Dating ourselves all over.
Jangular, what is your definite opinion before it comes out of the Roto Furry?
I don't think it's going to change the ecosystem. We're not going to start seeing a ton of Mega Blasters at games. If they produce a solid clip-fed primary, I think that's when we'll start seeing Mega making a real showing at games. I'm not saying we're not going to see any, but it's not going to be a drastic change, I think.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not in disagree.
Yeah. Oh no, I know you didn't. Good question. Good questions.
What about the Doominator?
Ooh.
Doominator, I think that falls into the same category. The Road of Fury looks fun. Let me say that. The Doominator looks fun. Not something I necessarily run at a burn game if I wanted, to feel competitive or whatever. But something I could see again running if someone wants to run a lighter HVZ loadout, even though it does look a bit big and clunky, if they like that front loader feel. But it just looks goofy and fun. And those blasters need to exist.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think they're just going to be fun blasters that people will run on occasion when they're like, I'm going to play this round and I don't need to be the most effective person on the field. I just want to go out and do something stupid and have fun with this blaster that I got.
Depends on how moddable. I think for me, it depends on how moddable it is.
Possible.
Because the Doominator could be modded to shoot on par with, say, my Retaliator.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that doesn't want to run clips on them, give someone fast.
Yeah, that's
do some
true.
work with it.
I mean, like I said, my brother is now running the Guardian crossbow.
We just got to keep stepping them up.
Because he doesn't want to have clips and stuff on him.
I know, we just got to keep stepping them up.
What else?
The Doomlander.
Ooh, no, that's too much. If he one hands his and I think it's gonna be too big.
No, better yet, 2 of the whatever they're called, the Fury, the
Fury Fire.
The one with Fury Fire.
Maybe. Well, let's see how big it is.
It looks small.
Because but 20 round drums are big.
Yeah, but if it's not that much better, I mean, the Guardian's actually pretty big for what it is.
Yes, but I mean, at that point, we could just get him not a stockade.
The Guardian is slim though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Guardian is really slim. You can shoulder it, but then you can shotgun prime it.
It is, but man, he would do work.
Yeah, he already does work.
Exactly.
Dude, he's a beast on the field. Like he just.
Want to increase his workload. When he's on my team, I'm good.
You just have one just for him.
Yeah, I just have one just for him.
It took a lot to try to get him to upgrade from a Jolt to that.
I know.
So, we tried out a lot of
Season
boxes.
7.
There we go. We'll see what it's at by then. Either that or he's going to get something crazy like the rival line is going to be like, oh, this is actually perfect.
Yeah, right.
There's something weird like that.
I could see him running with the Apollo.
Right? Something crazy like that? That would be pretty cool. I think he likes the shotgun prime and is really sleek. But, you never know. New stuff comes out. That's the name of the game, man. Trying out things. To be fair, he could be just as effective with like a rapid pistol. He could. But, he likes being able to pick up darts, load, and go. So, different strokes, different folks.
It's true. So it makes the game fun.
Driving a really big truck like it's up here. I don't know what you.
I like drugs.
Oh,
one of those days, man.
Yes, it is.
I got up at like 4 in the morning.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I just woke up. I was in the Central Valley. It was hot.
Ugh.
Then I drove down here to do just specifically to make sure this podcast happened.
B.F.U. doing it for you.
Then I'm going to play HeroQuest.
Clicks it.
While I'm listening to the NBA Finals. That's a good ending of the day.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Busy day for you.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch Game of Thrones later.
That's right.
At my house.
At your house.
This terrible season.
Oh.
Let's not get into that. This is a Nerf podcast.
Exactly. Hey, one day.
So
game of Nerf gonna happen.
Mr. Ulard, we're probably getting towards the end of the thing, but I would like to give you an opportunity to hawk and pimp all your wares to the 746 subscribers of the podcast.
I feel like I need to check right now if that number is accurate.
Could be 7. I lost one yesterday, so
We might have lost.
it was probably Jangular unsubscribed. I think I unsubscribed last week on accident.
You killing us.
Brutal, man. I don't know. My channel is Jangular on YouTube. So it's just youtube.com/c/JANGULAR. Man, that's bad to think about how to spell my own name. But yeah, I'm not really active on many other social medias.
That works. The YouTube's of Jangular.
You know a Twitter handle?
That is Jangular on Twitter. I update sporadically on Twitter.
Oh, because I want to tweet you. I might start tweeting you just for shit and things.
All right, go for it. give me a reason to do something on Twitter.
Yeah, it's rough. We don't really use Twitter that much either. We have one.
Just for the
occasionally, he's good about it, and he'll just put up some random pictures he took, and it's awesome. Which, by the way, that's what started the whole the dart.
The touring dart.
What happened to touring dart, guys? No Reddit. If you made it this far, what happened?
I think it got lost in Canada.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how it happened. Probably kidnapped in Buffalo.
Oh.
All right. Here's my. I wish you had done it with an actual Nerf Elite Dart, because I get the feeling Hasbro or the Nerf Facebooks would have picked up on that.
Yes, probably.
But since it was a Koosh, they're not going to support or recognize the Kooshes.
Real thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, someone else could steal the idea and then give it to them.
That's true. It was an awesome idea. It was fun to see it all over the place.
I wanted to make sure I used actual equipment that's working, not elite crap. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Hasbro, my bad.
Oops.
Can you just buy the design? It can't cost that much. Buy the Koosh darts, Hasbro.
Yeah.
I had a dream that we went to their factory and met with them. I know we'll never do it because we're not on the East Coast.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
And we were like, they asked us, our input. And we were like, guys, these things, these are Koosh types. They don't hurt anymore. They're not any less safe. Just buy them and get better glue. This is your base platform.
Oh,
here you go.
That would so change things.
And they were like, what's a Koosh dart?
Oh.
They have to be aware of Koosh darts.
Now, you would be surprised what major companies aren't aware of in either the secondary market or like we both have other hobbies, and we've met CEOs from other companies that are the main producers of that hobby, and they don't know what their secondary market prices are on eBay. They don't know who's in their factory selling their products without certain parts of the game as like factory defects. They have no idea that's going on until someone tells them.
Yep. It's crazy.
Granted, they're a much smaller company than Hasbro, but you would be surprised the insulation that goes on in big companies.
I mean, you think about Hasbro, yes, it is a big company, but Nerf is a small part of Hasbro.
Right.
Right? Like, it's not like Nerf. Hasbro pretty much throws money at Nerf and gets a report and more likely says, cool, you're making money. Yeah, here's your new budget for this year.
And shoots down the idea of G.I. Joe blasters every year.
Yes, every year.
There was one, a Fury Fire.
Oh.
So dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that. Oh, by the way, we wanted to ask you, I know this is probably at the wrong time.
He's going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. Screw you. You're not the boss of me.
I don't even know what you're about to ask, so how would I know? I like how you previously said, this is the wrong time to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Where did the username Jangular come from?
So, when I was a kid and everyone else was reading Harry Potter, I was reading the Redwall series of books, which is...
Yep.
Josh gets it. All right. Which is a series of books that basically has animals instead of people. And it's like medieval like wars and like just badassery. They're sweet books. A ton of them. But my favorite book, Marl Fox, is a character named Jangular. And I was young, and I just misspelt the name. So instead of Jangular, I added an A and switched the U and the L, and Jangular. That's where it came from.
I remember reading that book.
You read it?
I worked in a bookstore back then.
Oh, so you know of it.
I know of it. Okay. It's like I haven't read Harry Potter.
I know, but you watch all the movies. There's no real movie. There was like an animated series for Redwall for like a hot minute.
There was.
Nah, I think it was on PBS.
Oh, Showtime.
It was not the greatest.
It was not the greatest. It was definitely not as
good as Brave Star.
So check that out after the podcast.
Oh wow.
Can we just fade out to black on that?
Does that make you wait? Does that make you the cow that turns? Oh wow. Okay. I think we've gone significantly off topic now.
Yep.
Check all the stuff out that we said to check out. Check out Rob SBNC for all of more info on all the stuff that we talked about pretty much because he's broke the news on like everything.
Everything.
Check out.
Everybody stop taking credit for Rob's stuff. Know who I'm talking about. Pop Tin Can Dude. Make sure you hand out credit, bro.
For real.
Sure.
Taking screen caps of YouTube videos is not
yeah, man. That's not even. Come on, dude. That's not even cool.
Like for real.
Don't be a chump thing.
Cite your sources, man.
For real. Don't be a chump thing.
Oh.
Pop bottle guy.
Check out Rob. Check out Thunderdome. Even if you didn't already contribute, go see what it's about. Watch their YouTube videos and stuff. I know that even though the Kickstarter's over, that helps them a lot. Just building that interest and getting it out there. And of course, check out our man Jangular. his channel. He's got great footage up from both our burn games, other games, the sickest hammer shot video ever in existence.
Ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Django McJangles in that video is just money.
Oh,
Man,
once a year, we just reshare it on all of our social media.
Right. You ain't seen that. Check that out.
Oh,
Welcome.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast.
there we go. You know, hit us up. We love hearing from everybody. 3 people.
I don't want
Oh,
to hear from nobody.
Oh,
Except Koozie Boy, you my bub.
He's got your back.
he does. Who's on it?
Who's better back?
Who's on
If
it?
anybody says anything about Bay right there, Koozie will lay the Canadian smackdown on their asses.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being on, man. We appreciate it. We hope to have you on again in the future. And
We'll see you in a couple weeks
Yeah.
at the game.
Hopefully, yeah. Dev, thank you for having me. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Hopefully, yeah, we'll do it again.
Cool.
Definitely, man.
All right, bro.
All right, guys. You know how it goes. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Happy tagging.
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 I'm fandangoing.